That about 100 to 200 Americans remain in Afghanistan.
We had about 100 American citizens in contact with us who seek to leave Afghanistan.
The Department of State is in contact with 196 American citizens who are ready to depart, and another 243 American citizens have been contacted and are not ready to depart.
Sickening. Nobody wants to talk about it. We're making sure you pay attention to it. Despite claims by the White House that few Americans were stranded in Afghanistan last month, the Pentagon confirming more than 400 U.S. citizens have been left behind. Nearly 200 of them want out immediately, and I'm sure the number's higher. Our next guest served on the front lines of the war on terror as members of the elite Navy SEAL teams and are now running for Congress. Their service not done. Retired Navy SEAL commander and former Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke running for Montana's brand new 2nd District. Morgan Luttrel served multiple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, is aiming to represent Texas' 8th Congressional District, replace Congressman Brady. Retired SEAL sniper Brady is here, running for Florida's 7th Congressional District, and retired Navy SEAL Senior Chief Derrick Van Orden wants to represent Wisconsin's 3rd Congressional District, almost won last time. And Eli Crane, a remarkable entrepreneur, joined the Navy days after 9/11 and is running in Arizona's 1st District. They joined us now to react to the new numbers from the chaotic withdrawal. Derrick Van Orden, let's start with you. You knew when they were approximating 100, they weren't being accurate and weren't being candid. Did you know it was this bad?
Yes, absolutely. I believe it's worse. The Biden administration has a problem with competence and confidence in the American people. We do not believe the Biden administration. I still don't. So the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of State, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the National Security Advisor and the President of the United States intentionally left hundreds, if not thousands, of American citizens and our allies to their fate with terrorists, and it's completely unacceptable.
Brady Duke, when it comes to getting these men and women out, this is what I'm hearing. Well, some of them are choosing to stay. You know why? You know the choice they're giving them? Hey, sir, you can leave, but leave your family behind. When you say I'm not doing that, they say you choose to stay. I'm not buying these charades, are you?
No, not at all. You know, they welded those gates shut, knowing that there were Americans still on the ground. The Biden administration proving their incompetency. And I do directly remember that Biden said this was an extraordinary success. And so to hear that from the mouth of the president, knowing good and well that there are Americans on the ground, is absolutely embarrassing to the country and is not something that you could even call American.
You know, our military minds all said that wasn't my plan. With civilian leadership, wasn't my plan, wasn't my recommendation. Eli, is that enough if you're a general or you're an admiral to say, well, what do you want me to do?
No, and I think that's a lot of the problem with this administration. Nobody wants to take ownership or accountability for what's going on in this country. And I wish Afghanistan was an isolated incident, but clearly it's not. We have problems all over this country, and that's why the 5 of us are running.
Morgan Luttrel, it turns out in terms of the UN, they look at countries under stress and under extreme conditions, and they look at Afghanistan as number 1. People are beginning to starve. What I worry about, and tell me if I'm wrong, is them using American hostages to get some aid money because they have no aid and most of their funds are frozen.
No, you're not wrong. And that's why the 5 of us are up here today. We are men of action. We're up here to ask those hard questions and get the answers to what the American public want to hear. and we're bent on doing just that.
Ryan Zinke, you've been in government. You've been out in the field with face paint on. Why do you think you can serve again in the House and make a difference? Right now, you're in the minority if you were sitting.
Well, it's time for action. And look, this is fixable, but this is going to be fixable about people that care about the country, love the country. And the SEALs with us today, we care about the country. We've sacrificed. We put our fortunes and our lives on the line to save this country. And this country is worth fighting for. And it's time that we bring transparency, bring the majority back. And look, the mission's simple. It's majority, White House, save America. There's no plan B. And we need warriors like the gentleman with me that love their country. They're going to fight for this country today.
Understood. Guys, I'll be real quick on this. I want all you to weigh in. Derrick, you barely lost last time. What did you learn from that, from the last time out? And what are you going to run on now?
Hey, listen, I'm running against an idea. It's the big government socialist idea that the Democrat Party, Joe Biden, and Nancy Pelosi are driving this country into the ground with. So we are running for freedom. It's just that simple.
Brady, Duke, when you look at what's out there right now, if success leaves clues, it looks like Glenn Youngkin has closed the gap by focusing on education. Is that something you're going to bring to the table?
You know, I think education is absolutely vital. You know, education is the foundation of our American families. Abraham Lincoln said that the philosophy of the classroom will be the philosophy of the government in the next generation, and I think we're seeing the ramifications of that. So education is dearly important to me. I have 5 children. So.
Eli Crane, it's so frustrating to watch thousands of people come into this country illegally and the federal government doing nothing and states trying to act, but right now incarcerating, putting in prisons is not feasible or plausible. So here you are running, I believe, in Arizona. How do you plan on taking action there? Can you do it as a 1 of 100 or 400?
Absolutely, we can. We need to get back to President Trump's border policies. I'm proud to have the Border Patrol Union's endorsement in Arizona. We need men and women who understand security and who understand common sense. And clearly in the building behind us, we don't have a lot of that right now.
Right. Ryan Zinke, right now the President of the United States going to be going over to Glasgow. And he's going to be not only going to the G20, but he's going to be talking about clean energy. And he's going to be talking about climate change. You know what China's talking about? How to modernize the coal industry. Massive convention. Can we have clean energy at the same time our number one enemy put caution to the wind?
Well, you know, it's interesting is this administration has begged OPEC to produce more energy, but at the same time submarining our ability to produce energy in this country. And look, energy in this country drives our nation's economy. And to have this president deny the U.S. low-cost fuel, the abundance, and deny the American people the ability not to be beholden to foreign entities for our energy needs. Look, the United States, we can produce energy, all the above, and make sure that we are energy dominant, as the Trump administration did. But to go over to Glasgow and pump climate change and not realize that energy drives the economy of America, well, it's all part of why we're running. And follow us at sealpack.org.
All of you together?
All of us together. We're together in this fight.
Absolutely. And by the way, you can't live in Montana and not care about the environment, but you could do both because there's national security is at stake. Derrick Van Orden, Brady, Duke, Eli Crane, Morgan Luttrel, Ryan Zinke, thanks so much. In 1971, 73% of veterans made up Congress. In 81, 64%, now 16%. That'll change if these 5 get in. Thanks, all of you. I appreciate you spending your morning on Fox and Friends.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.